We just got done recording with Leigh Ann, and I wanted to give a little bit of a warning message that the content that we're discussing is very, very intense. And she came to me and said that she wanted to tell her story and that it would help her. And so I said, of course, anything to help her. So again, just want to give a warning. Very intense content. If you have little ones or if you're not having the best day, it probably is better to watch this at a different time. But she has a great story. I think it can help a lot of people, and like I said, it helped her to be here. So happy to do it. We're here today with Leigh Ann, who has been my hygienist for a while and been a hygienist for a very long time. She has a very intense story to tell, and after one of the podcasts we did with a doctor she worked with, actually, who was talking about his journey with cancer, she was cleaning my teeth and said, I would like to come on your podcast and tell my story because I think it would help you, is what she said, help her. And I think what she's been able to accomplish on the other side of what happened can hopefully help a lot of other people. So before we get into the more intense subject, I thought we would just start generally speaking in dentistry, because you've been in dentistry for so long. What was it like in dentistry when you first started, when I don't even think you were wearing gloves back then?
Right.
So what was dentistry like back then compared to now?
I graduated from dental hygiene school in 1987. When I first started, we didn't even wear gloves. Masks were not mandatory. It was just if we wanted to use them, we could. Only they used them for oral surgery reasons. It was just an amazing difference when we had to start using gloves and wearing masks. And we didn't know any different. That was it. And I think the first times that we started having to use gloves was when the AIDS epidemic started in like 1984 with the Kimberly Burgalis person that died from AIDS from her oral surgeon.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that was a long time ago. But then since then, we had to wear fluid-resistant outfits and all kinds of things. That was way before COVID or anything. It was just a different dynamic that we had to deal with.
What about the equipment itself?
At the first time, we didn't even have ultrasonic sterilizers or autoclaves or chemclaves. We just kind of cold sterilized our instruments. And that was okay with the dentist. But then we started doing all the different stuff we needed to do in the 80s.
So the dentists weren't wearing gloves either?
No, nobody wore gloves when I first started.
Wow. Were you resistant at first? Because was it annoying?
A little, because, we didn't know what to do. It was just kind of new. We didn't know any different. So when did what kind of modern dentistry is now, when did that first happen, where it kind of became standardized? I'd say in the early 90s.
Okay.
That's when everybody had autoclaves, chemclaves. In our office, sterilization instruments. So.
What about changes in x-rays?
Well, we used to have to, when I first started, used to have to put our hands in the dip. We dipped in the films. And then in 2011, our office finally got digital x-rays, and we didn't have to do that anymore. We had x-ray machines that we had to put the x-rays in and go in the different stages.
Wow.
I know, it's kind of
And what
crazy.
about charts? You were late as well on that, correct?
Oh, yeah. 2016, I think, is when we first started using digital charts or computerized charts. Before, hygiene was always in green, so, green pens, so you always knew when we saw their patients last because we wrote in green.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Were you seeing 8 patients a day? Like, was the schedule similar?
Similar, yeah. We had
Okay.
50 minutes per patient.
Right. Okay.
And
You worked at really one private office,
mhm.
like almost all of your career?
Yeah.
Were you an assistant there before hygiene school?
No, I've
Okay.
never been a dental assistant.
Oh, really? Okay. So
So,
you've been you came into dentistry as a hygienist.
uh-huh.
Okay.
I graduated from University of Florida in 1987,
Okay.
and I
What drew?
started working at 1992 at what's now Conway Oaks Dental.
Wow. And what drew you to hygiene?
Ah, it's such a long story that I have to tell you. I was a fourth-year mechanical engineering major, and I was failing because I had failed a course that was called thermodynamics.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in bed one night praying to God, what should I do? And in the olden days, we had syllabuses, which were like books that you could open up and see what you wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I pointed to the top left corner. One night I opened a book, and it said dental hygiene. And it said, I've done this. I've had this course. I've had this course. I've had this course. So the next day, I went to the University of Florida dental hygiene thing, and that was in May of 1985. And I got in the program in August of 85 and graduated in 1987.
Wow.
It was just kind of like a weird phenomenon that I could look at that, and it was like a God thing.
Yeah.
And I have so enjoyed being a hygienist. I still love my profession. I've been doing it almost 40 years.
Yeah. 38, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
So.
How much longer do you plan to keep going?
I don't know.
Don't know.
My license expires in February of 2028, so we'll see.
You'll see. Okay.
As long as you let me work.
I think you can have a job however long you want.
Yeah. Thank you.
So you worked at a private office, and the office. Well, I'll let you go ahead and just tell the story if you'd like now.
Oh, sure.
So, maybe give a time frame too of when this happened.
So in 1987, when I left, I worked for a few years in Gainesville, and then I came back to Florida, or to Windermere, Florida, where I'm from. In 1989, my father told me, you're making money, you need to invest in something, so I need you to buy some property. And I bought property in the Windermere Country Club.
Mm-hmm.
And from that point, I worked at paying off the loan, and I built a home. And I met a man that was a Orange County Sheriff's deputy, and we were married in 1993. He was a very possessive, controlling person. We had been through lots of crazy times, and I had 2 children. My daughter is Elise, and my son is Ian. And we were in the process of a divorce in 2005, and his last words to me were, if I can't have them, nobody can. I came home that evening, and he had taken his life, shot them, his life and my children's life in my home. So I have suffered a catastrophic loss. The reason I'm telling this story to Matt and to Operation Dental is because the people in my community, in my church, in my work, have just been there for me like you would have not believed. I know I'm skipping through a lot of details, but my work wife, who is Lisa, we've worked together for 33 years, corresponded people to spend the evening with me every evening for 2 or 3 months. So I wasn't alone. And all the patients that I have in my office are just amazing. They all stepped up to the plate. I got so much gratitude, and people say, how can you still survive? And the one thing I say is, I'm going to heaven. God was there for me, and I'm going to heaven. If I would have been at home, I would have been gone too.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how to share with everybody the story that I'm trying to tell is that the correspondence of being a hygienist for 40 years is just amazing. My patients, the people I've worked with, my family. So the greatest thing I want to say is right now I have 4 generations of people that are coming to seek dentistry in our office, from great-grandparents to grandparents to children to their children. So I hope that I've made a difference in my testimony and my life to these people, because if I wouldn't have my job, it's been my sanctuary. Being a hygienist is one of the most rewarding things I've ever done in my life. And I hope all the new hires and new hygienists can feel that way. Mm-hmm. It's just amazing how patients make you feel and make you want to be a better person. Mm-hmm. I don't know what to say other than I've had so many patients that have said, I'm so glad you're here. Please stay, and it's just the new hygienists are learning to be able to respect what the patients are and just not be a number, Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember, and we first met in 2018, mm-hmm. So it's been 7 years, and you had asked me to go to meet you at Starbucks, and I had thought that it was just to meet you, just a casual, just like away from the office introduction. And you told me that story, and I'll just never forget thinking, I was just in shock. I can't, mm-hmm. It's one of those things you just can't even imagine. Mm-hmm. How long did the shock stay with you before you could somewhat accept the reality?
Believe it or not, I only took off work for 3 weeks after losing my children. Mm-hmm. It was like I needed to get back into my routine. Mm-hmm. And I just loved my job. And I remember meeting you at Starbucks. Mm-hmm. And I just thought, oh gosh, what is it? What's going to happen? It's like I had a whole list of questions for you, and you were like so endearing and loving. So I knew that this was my right calling in life. Mm-hmm. And I took off work for, like I said, 3 weeks to a month after, and I came back to work, and it was like, that was my sanctuary for so many years, because mm-hmm. I had lived in so much turmoil before that I had been told by the Orange County Sheriff's deputy. My former husband was an Orange County Sheriff's deputy. Mm-hmm. And I came to my home after a day being at work, and the sheriff said, you have, your children are dead, and you have 5 minutes to vacate the premises. And I dropped to my knees in front of my home thinking, what is he talking about? And my community, I grew up in Windermere, Florida. My community came around. And even now, if anybody goes to the West Orange Y, there's life statues of my children. The soccer fields have been dedicated in their names. My community, my church friends, and my work friends have all just been there for me. And now we have 4 people, Kathy, myself, Lisa, and Diane, that have all been there through thick and thin for over 30 years, and we
Mhm.
love what we do. And our office in Conway Oaks Dental is just amazing now.
Mhm.
You know, we have a great front desk staff and hygienists and assistants. We love them all.
Mhm.
So,
Was your family here as well?
yes, my parents lived in downtown Windermere.
Okay.
So,
What do you think the importance of having people with you at all times was after it happened?
1000% amazing.
Mhm.
The entire community came for me, and I felt not alone.
Mhm.
And there were times that my brother, this is just a crazy story, but my brother, uh, 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 they thought I was on watch.
Mhm.
And I knew that I was not going to commit because I wanted to see my children again in heaven.
Mhm.
And he handed me my razor when I shaved my legs and made me take the razor back. And so, anyway, that's a dumb story, but uh, it's amazing how many people come out of their shell from all over Orlando to just be supportive.
Mhm.
So that's what I hope can continue with Conway Oaks Dental, because we are a huge community and it's a great um, testimony to.
Mhm. Was staying in that same house helpful to you? Because you're still there today, correct?
Yes. Yes, I built the house myself, and I just felt close to my children there, and I
Mhm.
couldn't do away with it. You know, everybody said, "How could you possibly be here?" But I had our minister and many members of my church come and bless the house. So it's now, I have a wonderful husband now. His name is Johnny, and it's my sanctuary,
Yeah.
not my destroying area.
Mhm.
So I have remarried and I have a wonderful husband.
Let's
And
talk about Johnny because he's an awesome guy.
yes, he is.
How has how has he been able to handle just the trauma and like how was he able to step into that situation and
Well,
be
the
who he
greatest
is?
thing with Johnny is he has 5 children, and he was divorced, and his wife stepped out on him,
Mhm.
and so he was ready to have a relationship with somebody, and he had never left the state of Florida until we met each other. So now our goal is to travel. We're seeing all 63 national parks.
Really?
We have 6 more to go in Alaska. So kind of since COVID and before COVID, we've seen all the national parks.
Mhm.
And he's traveled the world with me, and we've had such a great time. I always tell everybody, God left me in this world, and I'm going to see it
Mhm.
one continent at a time. So, I mean, we're not afraid. You know, if anything ever happens to me, I'll just go to heaven and see my children.
Right.
So I have 5 beautiful stepchildren and 4 grandchildren now.
That's good.
So God has blessed me past losing catastrophic loss. Uh, he's now retired, so he worked at Publix for 48 years.
Mhm.
So he's just a good guy.
Yeah, he is.
God put him in my life because I absolutely never wanted another man as long as I lived. They repulsed me from what I
Yeah.
had been through, but
How many years did it take to stop feeling that way?
uh, about 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah. And he just kept pursuing at Publix. I would see him in the produce department. He was produce manager, and here we are. So
What do you say to people? Because I know from myself, you came to our house after our daughter had been born,
uh-huh.
but there was just a level of guilt I had because I had kids that were still here and you didn't. So what do you say to people that have that fear?
Enjoy every moment. Do everything with you can with your children. Whether it be go on big trips, do anything.
Mhm.
Because I mean, my parents used to tell me, because my children, we took them all over the place and did a lot of things, and like, what are they going to have to look forward to? And then after they pass, they're like, look at all you've done with them. Just enjoy every second you can.
Mm-hmm.
They won't be around, you know. Enjoy every moment with your son and daughter.
Mm-hmm.
I know I haven't been over to your house with your son. I feel bad.
You need to come see him. He's funny.
I know.
He's cute.
But I enjoyed every minute being with Ella. And even at the Christmas party,
Mm-hmm.
she let me hold her and walk around.
Mm-hmm.
And she's a little sweetie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know, your attitude towards it is remarkable.
You have to. You can't
wallow
in your own self-pity. There are days I never wanted to even get out of bed. I encourage every person to have a goal every day. Whether it be get out of bed, make your bed. I mean, I have been through days where life has I just felt sorry for myself and how could this have happened? But you have to get up and get going, or I'd be in a loony bin.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's God. I have to say, God has placed a in my heart that I know I'm going to see my children again. I've had a premonition of seeing them, and I'm not sure how to explain all that, but that's my testimony. I know I'm going to see my children again.
Mm-hmm.
And I know they wouldn't want me to be pathetically in a bed.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you have two beautiful children. Enjoy every minute.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. And you have a beautiful wife and a beautiful family.
Mm-hmm. 2 stepdaughters too,
including him. I don't know what else to say, but you have to you just be positive. And I try with every patient that, trust me, nobody wants to come to the hygienist.
Mm-hmm.
You have to like work at a level of making them feel confident, feel, like they want to be there. So that's my goal as a hygienist, to make them appreciate dentistry.
How do you handle difficult patients?
Oh, I put myself at their level. What the hell's the matter with you? Get up. Come on.
Yeah.
I don't like to floss either. I don't like to brush. Come on, you got to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you got to keep your teeth.
Yeah. The way you talk to patients is amazing. And I think the last I saw, marketing was running numbers on retention, and I think you have the highest retention in the entire company.
Really?
Mm-hmm. As far as hygienist goes, like your patients keep coming back to see you.
Oh Lord, I don't know why. You got to put yourself at their level.
Yeah.
What's the matter with you?
Yeah.
Some of them don't like it. Most of them do. You just have to be at their level.
Yeah.
And appreciate them and appreciate what they're going through.
Mm-hmm.
And understand what they have been in the past,
Mm-hmm. Do you have any?
You lost your wife, I'm sorry, but come on, let's get your teeth cleaned,
Mm-hmm.
I know it sounds like it's callous, but it's not. Or I have so many people that have been through cancer and this, and like, I'm so glad that I can still have teeth.
Mm-hmm.
So,
do you have any advice for new grad hygienists?
Enjoy your patients. Don't go through the motions. Just enjoy getting to know them,
mm-hmm.
because they will be the ones that will stick around. And make your practice bigger, because 10 people that you are close to will tell 10 more people.
Right.
One person that you're pissed off with will tell 100 people. It's just getting to know your people.
Mm-hmm.
Learn where they've traveled, what they want to do. Write it in your notes. Last time I went here, last time I went there, have a camaraderie with your patients because they will be there the next time. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
For sure. Yeah. How, health-wise, your back, arm, hands?
I have no problems.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you do any type of stretching or?
No. I don't know. Sometimes my back hurts, but not very often.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing.
Yeah.
We must need to check the chairs, Conway. Get the same ones everywhere.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Uh-huh. No, I've never had any issues with my back or shoulders or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So once in a while I get a full body massage, mostly when I'm on a cruise.
What are some of the more exotic destinations you've been to? You said traveling the world.
Africa.
Really?
Seeing the safari. We just went from Tahiti to Fiji. It was amazing. We got to go to American Samoa, which is a national park that we wanted to go to. It was a cruise.
Wow.
So the Faroe Islands. I don't know. To see the Northern Lights in Helsinki, Finland was just amazing. Mm-hmm. So we also went to Antarctica. That's where I showed my book.
Did you get out?
Oh, yeah.
On the ground? Okay.
It was amazing. Penguins everywhere.
Really?
Yeah. I'm looking forward to you and your wife taking those adventures.
We'll see. She doesn't love planes. You'll have to talk to her. Okay. And I don't love cruises, so it's a bad combination.
Lord, you need to change that.
No.
Compromise.
Yeah.
Johnny never liked leaving Florida, but look at him now.
That's true. That's true. There's a lot I can learn from him.
Yeah. The greatest thing is I plan all the vacations, but he's really good at the computer stuff, like doing all the TSA pre-checks and, making sure that we get where we need to be when we need to be.
Yeah.
So it's a combination. So he's a great guy and he just wants to see the world with me.
Yeah.
So
anything like I'm going back to the strength because it's amazing what you've been able to do. Do you have any advice for people who might be struggling to get out of bed?
Just have a goal every day.
Mm-hmm.
Put one step in front of the other and just know that God is with you and you will make it through the day.
Mm-hmm. Did you have dips where like you could go to work for a week or two and it was fine and then have just a bad day or week?
No, I think the worst thing that I've ever had, and I still have, is like at 3:00 in the morning. I wake up and I don't know if it's an anxiety attack but I just have this feeling that I'm worthless or I'm not going to make it through the day. And God, please plant a seed in me that I can go on. Then I pay all my bills in my head and solve all the world's problems. And, I used to at 3 a.m. see my kids and they'd say to me, "Come on, mommy, you're a strong person. Get up and do this." And it's helped me through. Normally I'd be in tears right now, but see, I'm not crying. So, yes, it's been a hard thing. When I see both children were gymnasts, and when I see gymnastics on the TV and things like that, I see what could have been. But
how old were they?
My son Ian was 8, and my daughter Elise was 10. And it was a very hard time in my life. I wish nobody would ever go through that, ever. I don't wish that upon anybody. It was devastating because I got no support from the sheriff's department or, but I got a ton of support from, like I said, Lisa, who I work with. She planned people coming and staying with me every night for a month, food, and the Roper YMCA, that they were soccer players, donated the statues. And it's just amazing the amount of support that you can get. So, but I don't wish that on anybody. So, there's always will be a hole in my heart. Like people are in wheelchairs and stuff and they just can't survive, but there will always be a hole in my heart that will never heal. And that's okay because I will see them again. And I know that. So, and when I see your children, I think, oh, wonderful. You can have two beautiful children, boy and a girl. And I just wanted to tell my story today to let everybody know that being a hygienist has been one of the most fulfilling things in my life. It's been my sanctuary. So coming to work and doing my job as just, and having no filter, which I have none, has been amazing with all the people that we work with now. And I just love being there. So.
Well, you're one of the strongest people I know. Well, I'm so glad you found Johnny.
I am too.
And I'm so glad you can be at as much peace as possible with this horrible situation.
Yes. And because I know, I just, in competition, I wouldn't let myself be anything different because I wasn't going to let my former husband, win.
Right.
I'm not a competitive person, but God left me in this world for a reason. And everybody says you should write a book, you should do this, you should do that. No, my testimony is to tell my patients how fortunate they are and live every day how they can. So.
Well, thank you so much for coming in and being so brave.
Thank you for letting me.
Of course.
I appreciate it.
When you said something about this will help me, I was like, sign me up.
It will help me. It has helped me. I hope it helps everybody in our profession because it's not just about scraping teeth. It's a lot more. So it's been my life since 1987. Lord, almost 40 years.
Yeah. Well, let's do something for your 40th.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.